Hello, welcome back to Creepin' and Colorful. My name's Lori and it is Terrifying Tuesday. I'm going to try to finish up this page in the Horror Glow in the Dark coloring book that was purchased at Five Below. And I'm guessing this is the mother and her kids. Or it could be a grandmother and her grandchildren. I'm not sure which. But we're going to go in and finish out. I have the bedspread to do, the blanket, the pillows, and her hair, basically. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to use the blending stick, my blending nubs. Look at this. And I haven't gotten a dowel yet to glue on the end of those. I can still sharpen them. Actually, I can still even sharpen them in this. So far, so good. I had a little trouble distinguishing things, and so I just really hunkered down and did it. But if you see things like this, I don't know if you can see it on the page. I'll take you down there to look. But on the page, this is my first glow in the dark page, and you'll see this part here, a shiny part. I can't color any of this. This is all glow in the dark. And there's also spots around the hair and little itty bitty places where there is glow in the dark feature. I don't know, you could probably see it better on this page. See how on this page there are some shiny spots and then there's the stuff you can color on? That's what I'm dealing with over on this page. This is my very first glow in the dark page in this book that I've been coloring. So that's why some of the areas like this looks a little weird, but I didn't have hardly any place to color in there. So that's why if you see some spots looking funky, that's why. Okay. Let's see. I shall work on the bed cover. I'm going to do the pillows the same way. I didn't think to do anything with their clothing. I just noticed that now, so I'm going to have to find some pencils for that. Okay, what is this? Is this the covers? Yeah, this is still the covers. This here, when I originally looked at it, I'm like, why do they have to have the curtains blowing? And then I realized, well, maybe it's her outfit, because her outfit's all jagged like that with holes. And so I made it her gown, I'm going to call it. The way I'm coloring these are, there's not too many ways to tell where the shading is, so I'm taking all these dark lines. Let me get these out of the way. I'll put them over here so I can move up a bit. Let me make sure you can see me. I'm going to be coloring down here. Let me move this, and move up. That might help a little bit. Where am I? I'm trying to see where. That's his face. I'm down here at the bottom. I'm going to move this like this so you can see me coloring. So my book will be sideways just so you can see where I'm coloring. And it doesn't matter to me that it's sideways. What matters to me is that you guys can see what I'm coloring. All right. So I'm going to try to move it the best that I can without getting up every 5 seconds to see where we're at. So I'm just going to go in where the dark lines are, and I'm going to make that the shaded area. Sort of like I did with the other stuff, just basically outlined it. And then I'm going to blend it. So see right there? That's a little thin line of glow in the darkness. I don't know how well these glow in the dark. I haven't tried out the pages, so that could be interesting. And it's not quite dark in here, so I don't know if me, after I'm done coloring, if I turn out the lights, if we'll be able to see anything. I can give it a try. That's all I can do, is try at least. Yeah, for some reason this book I really liked, because, and I'm thinking it's because I don't know of many other people that have this book. I've seen some people in the junk journaling world recommend this book to color and put in their junk journals, but I haven't actually seen this colored. I could be wrong, by any other person, so I think it makes me feel not so pressured to make a beautiful page, because no one else is really coloring in these, and I can't wait to finish it. Oh my gosh, every time I get a chance to find something that may be in with the theme for the month, I look for it in this book first, because I really want to get this book done. This is, I don't know if you would, I guess you would call it a project book if you're working on trying to get something finished like that. It's your project. So I guess you would call this my project book. I know I've never had a project book, and I never claimed a project book, but I guess I can do it now. What the heck? This is going to be my project book, getting this done this year. I'm really hoping I can do that. That would be great. There's some glow in the dark there. This is a kind of book to me, and if I have another copy of it, I would just go crazy again in it, redoing the pages and stuff. I have no idea why, except for what I just explained, that I feel that I don't feel pressured into making it look perfect, or I don't even know the wording. I wouldn't say perfect. Not pressured into technique or whatever. It's just like I can just color this the way I want to color it, and I know I should feel that way in all books, really, but for some reason this book, I have that feeling. I have that non-pressured feeling. Is there any books that you guys feel really comfortable coloring in? Just wondering. I've heard already the ones that are intimidating, but I really don't know if I could say this about another book to me about being comfortable coloring, really comfortable coloring in it. I wonder if I'm getting hold on a minute. Come on, let me go here. Let me see. I think I have, yeah, these are all glow in the dark here, because I'm seeing ridges when I color. I don't know if you can see those. Yeah, I turned this around now, you can't see it, but I see this coming through, these little parts here coming through, and I'm thinking it is because of the glow in the dark areas on the opposite page, on the page behind it, and it's making those ridges when I color. I think that's something that maybe the person who illustrated this book should be aware of, that when you're coloring and you have the glow in the dark areas, you see that? How those lines are coming through? I don't know why those lines are coming through there. Do you understand? This is really, now it's really perplexing. I'm going over really lightly. There's 3 lines here, but there's no glow in the dark in that area. Is it coming from this page? Nope, it's not even coming from that page. You know what though? I feel it. I can feel it through, and it's the next page. I must have it. Yep, the lines from the spider web are coming through 2 pages over. And I'm not even, you can see I'm not even coloring hard. And you can see it, but when I burnish it, it's probably going to really show up when I blend it. Use those blending sticks, which is, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Wait, maybe I could do this. This would be a smart thing to do, which I should have done to begin with. Maybe this will stop it. Hopefully. And I won't see any more spider web coming through. Okay. Now I'm going to work on her hair. See, this is all glow in the dark. I can't color any of that. So work on her hair. I'm going to scoot this up here just in case. Yeah. I'm going to go in with, I'm actually going to do her hair black, but I'm going to do it a little backwards. You know how you, when you do your shading, you do the dark first? Well, I'm going to do the lighter color here first. And I'm just going to go through and just basically do this. Just so there's some little bit of contrast between the black and her hair. You know, like her actual, give her some, a little difference here. A little contrast, like I was trying to say. Yeah, I'm not really coloring. It's more like an outline. I'm not really coloring anything. I'm just going through and going around some of these just to give it a little bit of a difference, so it's just not all plain black. I know it looks messy, but hopefully it'll look a little bit better once I blend everything. She's got some Medusa hair going on. She's got the worst bedhead than the kids do, right? The kids don't even look bad. Oh, by the way, in case you haven't noticed, I've been using Prismacolor pencils. Of course, my pencil of choice. I forget what book it was that I was coloring in with Prismas. Oh gosh darn it, I can't remember. But it did not feel right. They just did not color nice in it. And I can't remember what book it was. Dang it. I should have wrote it down, being as that's an important thing to note. You know how some pages, I've noticed people like, they really love certain pencils in certain books or certain type of coloring in certain books. It really is whatever their preference is, but they notice a difference. How well the page seems to take whatever they throw at it. And I was a little bit disappointed because I think whatever it was, dang, I can't remember. Whatever book it was the pages were thin, and I didn't want to use watercolor or anything or gel sticks or anything like that on it because I was afraid that it would really go through. See, I couldn't even do color. I couldn't even color these two things here. So it's looking like I'm not coloring the page, but believe me, I am. I couldn't do her eyes either. Her eyes are glow in the dark, which probably looks pretty cool if it does actually work. But Yeah, I can feel that there's some glow in the dark up this way too. Now I'm just going to go in lightly with the black because when I blend it, it'll get darker. Yep, there's some glow in the dark area bits in there. I think this is, yep, that is too. So I just go wherever it lets me color. I'm not doing too bad this month with coloring. I had a rough month last month because I had a lot of other projects around the house and whatnot to do. So there was a lot of not so much free time to sit down and get anything accomplished except, you know, maybe some hashtags or whatever to collabs to do. I think I finally finished my mythographic collective group page. I have to do piggy pens and hollies. I got to get to coloring the page that I drew for that. So I always put those priorities first. Yeah, my first priority, and then I work on the pages that I picked for the month. But for some reason, I am back asswards. So instead of ass, backwards. And there's been a lot of crap going on, and I just there's a lot of, like I said, interference. I usually do a lot of my coloring on the weekends, and we've been busy. We have a big shed out back, and I said to Mark that we definitely have to go through that shed and start to purge a lot of crap, because obviously we're not needing most of that stuff out there because it's been out there and it's not in the house and we're not using it, so we don't need it. That's my goal this year, is to really thin out that shed. I've already thinned out the attic pretty much. The only things up there are seasonal clothing, you know, like once we don't have we share a closet, and it's not technically isn't really a closet either, but we share it, so it's like we are very minimal in what we have in it. So when winter comes, there's hoodies and all that other stuff that have to come down, and then there's oh, I shouldn't have colored that. That should be like this color. All right, so there's areas that I can't color in there. The only thing I haven't done is their clothing, and I'm not sure what I want to do for their clothing. Let me look. Maybe I'll put her in something pink. I'm just going to pick a color and go with it. And I'm just going to go lightly over it. And that's her. Pink. And then him, I might do, I don't have much green on here, so I will look through my greens and give him a green shirt, just so that it stands out from what the clothing is on the, I mean, not the clothing, but the, stands out from the pillowcases. That's why I didn't give him blue. Alrighty, now that we got all that done, work on a little bit of the blending. And and see what we can come up with. I'll work on her hair first. See how much darker it gets. So her hair will just probably turn out like a very, very dark gray, even though I wanted it to be black with some kind of grayish highlight type. When I burnish it, it just all melts together. But that's fine with me. That doesn't bother me at all. So how are your temperatures where you are? We were in 93 degrees yesterday. And I believe we're supposed to hit 94, 95 today. I'm all for hot weather. To me, it doesn't bother me one bit that it's warm. I've been waiting for this all winter. You won't hear me complain about the heat. These little guys are a bugger to hold on to while you're coloring. My little nibbies. Nubs. Gotta get some more of these. I can't believe the end of May is coming up already. Oh, good Lord, you know what I mean? I can't believe we're that far into May already. Soon the kids will be out of school. I know my son lives in Wyoming, and they get out. They'll probably be out. This probably be their last week of school. They get out real early, but they start real early. They start real early in August. So they get about the same amount of time off as other states, I believe, because they start early and it allows them to end early. They start late here and then they end late. So it's, I think maybe the first week in June here in PA, well, where I live in PA, is when their last day of school is. I remember when I graduated on June 14th. So that's how late we were. But I think it was because we had a lot of snow days and stuff. And we didn't have virtual learning back then. So that helps them to make up, when they have a snow day, they just switch it to virtual. And there's technically still can use that as a regular school day. So that helps them. They don't have to make up those at the end. Now we used to have extra days on the end to make up for the days that we have had off for snow. But like I said, ever since 2020, since the pandemic, they've had the option of virtual, so that helps them out a lot when it comes to not having to make up snow days. So they'll announce that now when they have school closing. It'll say school clothing, but clothing. School closings is going to be closed, but virtual will be in play, or whatever you want to call it. Implemented, however they word it. Now, as as I'm doing this, I can see there's kind of a difference in her hair where it's not all together. I see I missed a piece there. Where now it's not all together black. Which was kind of what I was going for, so that's fine. There's so many like nooks and crannies, and she's got bones in her hair, and I'm getting over top of some glow in the dark here, so it may look like I'm missing spots, but I'm really not, because it's taken over by the glow in the dark. Just a little bit more to do of her hair. Oh. Yeah, I can't color that either, because I guess, let me see if I can. Nope, it won't let me. Alrighty, so her hair is done. Now there's like a little spot in here. I'll just color that in there. And over here. I think that's it. Now we're going to work on her outfit. I got to put something down here. My hand's getting colorful. Get another piece of paper. And then all the paper wants to come at once. Okay, here we go. I have one of those black glove things, but Lord, I have no idea what happened to it. See, it doesn't look too bad. It shades it pretty good. There, you can tell the difference between the dark, heavy parts and the regular parts of the clothing, the lighter colors. I'm happy with it. Glow in the dark there. Cleaning up my messes here. Getting around those edges a little bit. Okay, here's a little spot. I did have a brush. Let me see if I can find it. Where are my drawers here? There, I found it. Get rid of all these little particles here from blending. Sorry for the silence. Sorry for the shaking. I'm trying to remember that. I'm shaking you guys all over the place too. Oh, what a mess I am. Really working down this nib. I'm going to do this side of her outfit. Then I'll do the bed sheet. And then I'll do the rest of it off camera. I just wanted to show you basically what I need to get done. I should have did it live, right? Then I could have finished the whole thing and not worried about it. Let me get some of this stuff. Crummy crumbs off here. I really want to go over this a little bit more here. I see some white showing through. Not happy with that. Alrighty. That doesn't look too bad. I'm going to get rid of these pencils. They're going to go on the floor, and then I'm going to be mad because they're going to suck when I go to sharpen them because they've fallen on the floor and broken the lead inside. So before I can complain about that, I am not going to let it happen. Okay. Now, this is a really reddish purple, isn't it? Don't remember the name of it. I think I've already put that away. Alrighty, we're almost done with this side. Alright, now I'm going to take another nubby, start on the blue. I can't believe I had 3 little nibs. I don't even know how it got to that point where I have 3. I think I only have 1. Alrighty. I'm sorry you're shaking so much. I just looked up and saw that thing, my camera swaying, my phone. I'm trying to hold my table down a little bit while I'm doing this. It doesn't seem to be helping. Alrighty, I have to break down here and sharpen these. So I have a little bit more to work with here. I don't know. This is getting not so good. I really need to get another pencil going. I think my hubby has some that he's not been using. I might have to ask him for one. I think he bought 3 of them, and I might have to ask him for one of those. I think I have a legitimate reason for wanting one of them. Well, I know these kids aren't dreaming of sugar plums dancing in their heads, right? There. I don't know what mom or grandma is doing. Either she's taking their souls or filling them with something. I can't quite figure it out. It could be either or. Okay, I'm gonna have to go toward another one. The struggle is real, folks. Get that little, oh, wouldn't you know it? That sucked big time. Why not? I'm pretty soon going to have it in there that I'm going to get it out with a tweezer. This is where I should have had my dowel. I'm going to use what I can off of this one. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw that sharpener. So I was at yard sales this weekend, and I actually got, they had those, I don't even know what they're called. They're a kit. Now, I can't show you because I threw the box away. But it was a Prismacolors where you get so many Prismacolors in the box. You get a sharpener, you get an eraser, and you get like a sketch pad. And it's supposed to be some kind of drawing, Prismacolor drawing kit type thing. We went to some yard sales and I got that for $2. So now I've got pretty many extra Prismacolor pencils if I need them. And I have a little metal sharpener, which I could use that for these. Let me see if I can get it out and see if I can get some of this. This is the oh, that's not the sharpener. Definitely not the sharpener. I see it in there. It's this one. So let's see what I can do. If I can get a little bit more out of this. Yes, that's awesome. Really getting down to the nitty-gritty with this one. I did go a little lighter in the middle on purpose, in case you're wondering. And it looks like those lines that were in there for the glow-in-the-dark images on another page have blended out, which is good. Okay. Now you got the gist of what this page is going to be looking like. I have yet to blend her hands, her face a little more, the hair on the kids, the rest of her gown, which is over here and down here, and the flower area. Everything else is glow in the dark that you see. It doesn't look colored. And I will post the picture, and hopefully I'd like to try to post it to see if it would glow in the dark. That'll probably be I hate that the glow in the dark makes it look like I didn't color some spots, but I have, and it just makes it look that way. You know what? I do have my purple still out. It was Dahlia Purple, PC1009. That's what this was. This bothers me in here. See, that's all that they're letting me to color in there. Just like a line. Oh well. Alrighty. Oh, I have her mouth to do too. Alrighty. Thank you so much for stopping by on Terrifying Tuesday. I hope I didn't shake you guys up too much. I probably did, but sorry for that. I'm still working on trying to get it that it doesn't move as much. It's been a struggle, as you can tell. Alrighty. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't, and if you have, thank you so much. And stay happy, stay healthy, stay colorful, stay creepy, stay true to yourself, stay humble, and stay tuned for the next video. Hope to see you there. Bye bye for now.